1 2 1 2 1 2. I'm super excited because I found another amazing royalty-free music channel on YouTube. Listen to that nice beat. Very, very groovy. Now everybody, you get a deck of cards out. We're getting started here in a minute. Who's with me? Who's with me? So we got Louis Peterson saying hello, everybody waiting for another great session. Hello, Louis Peterson. We got Honey Petter, Strengthening and Conditioning. Hey, Beebs, what's good? Whatever is good, I would say. And whatever works, brother. Caballetta's in the house. Superb, everybody. I've been reviewing so I can get the most out of this. I guess you've been reading the book, right? Just give me a minute, guys. You get a deck of cards out, and then we make this quality time, practicing our thing together. Well, guys in the house, hello. We are getting started here in a second, ladies and gentlemen. And I gotta share a lot of stuff with you today, because 1 week is such a freaking long time, isn't it? I hope you're well. Van den Ursenbach, key cards, okay, let's go. I would say so. Let's go. Where are my sunglasses? To make a pretty dope entrance here, you know? OTHMARIUS Magic. Like and subscribe. Hey there, everybody. What's up? How you doing? Awesome you're tuning in. We're starting here with 5, 6, 7 folks. Everybody is up and ready. My name is OTHMARIUS. I guess you know that by now. Welcome back to another card magic practice session here on my channel OTHMARIUS Magic. Welcome to another episode in a Royal Road to Card Magic walkthrough. Last episode, we took a close look at the technique of peeking a card, glimpsing a card, of course, without getting caught doing so. Well, that's the idea about it. And now we're going to learn how to make use out of this technique with a very extremely fundamental principle of the art form of staging tricks and illusions with a deck of playing cards, and that is the key card. Thumbnail rules, the key card principle. It is absolutely astonishing how powerful this principle can be if it's put to use well. We're going to talk about this, of course. We're going to talk about it. Funny thing, guys, preparing for this live stream, I got fooled by one of these tricks in this chapter by reading the explanation. So I was reading the explanation, and in between I was, why is the card in this position? That can't be possible after all this carding that's happened in the hands of the spectator. I don't understand it. So there's quite some powerful material once again in this epic source. And I just want to point this out, I haven't done this before. Guys, the importance of reading the material, the power of learning. What's going on, guys? It's too loud, the music, right? The music was too loud. I'm so sorry. Well, I don't know what happened. I got to turn the music down here on my headphones as well, because that is too loud. Okay, that's better. So where was I? Right, the keycard principle is a powerful tool put to use well, and it holds so much potential that is easily fools magicians if it's used in a proper manner. And also it really enables beginners or intermediate players in the game, especially when it comes to more sophisticated sleight of hand work. It enables us basically to perform very, very decent card magic with not getting completely bananas about practicing for years, maybe, to get certain slides. So the volume on the microphone should be okay now. It was just that the music in the background was too loud. I apologize, okay? But you know, this is a one-man operation, so like I gotta keep this all under control. And you guys, I'm a confused dude, okay? I'm giving my best here. Thank you so much for the feedback. So now, listening to this epic music here in the background, I love this so much. I want to start with a little story time here, actually. But before I do that, I want to thank all my patrons for supporting me financially via Patreon. We got Alison Bento, we got Bavesh. Where can I see the full name here? Bavish as just the AG. What is it? I don't know. Where are you, man? How do I do it? I can't do it here. Brian Prater, Brian Rappert, Hans Fuchs, Flying Wee, right? Louis Patterson, Martin Schmidt, and a newcomer in the game, Richard Bellers. Now you guys, you bring together 32 rocks or something, and this is a huge support, a huge motivation boost. And you guys, you are the ones who are making this stuff here happening right now with the whole situation on YouTube and so on. So thanks a lot. That's what I have to say, of course, before I get started. Yeah, and then there was this thing about reading. You know, when I read these tricks now, I tried to get into it, into the material as a preparation for this live stream. I realized how important it is, once again, to read, to learn by reading, or to attempt learning by reading, because the whole process of reading, of course, this stimulates your imagination, and of course, you have to imagine what is going on there, what is actually happening in the performance situation, and this is really a major leap right into what we got to do actually if we stop only practicing certain card handling techniques or sleight of hand techniques and actually going into trick designs and trying to work out material for actual performances for a live audience, which is a requisite, something you just need to learn and practice also to make the next big step then in actually really routining little acts for your audience, which is pretty much the last chapter of the Royal Road to Card Magic. So this is where the journey is heading. So guys, you gotta get this book if you don't have it. This will make this for you much richer here, and your learning process will be much more efficient. In the info box, for the first time, I've linked a link directly to Dover, the Dover Publishing House, to get it firsthand, and also there's an affiliated Amazon links now where you can buy the book on Amazon for all countries, US, UK, and Germany. You know, just in case you don't have it yet. Flying Wee is in the house. Hey, Flying, how is it? Okay, Naira Schmidt, Martin Schmidt, it's me. Right, by the way, guys, I asked you on Patreon because look what I did. I did on my channel page. Where's my channel page? That's my channel page. Let me show you this. That's my channel page. You see there in the right corner where there was usually I don't feature other channels. So that's just big shout out to my Patreon. So I will link all the channels of my Patreons down here as soon as I know who is who, you know. So little story time now. I did a purge, a YouTube purge the other day on my channel. So I went to all all the subscriptions I subscribe to, all the channels I subscribe to in my channel feed, and I threw some off. You know, some channels that wouldn't be active anymore, and, or some other channels that I just subbed within the last couple of years, and I just don't consume them anymore. And then I came across a channel which made me wonder why did I ever subscribe to that, and that is this guy here. Wait, no, this is where is it? That's this Milton Productions is, and this is like kind of a music channel here. And so let's turn this off and let's listen a little bit to this music here, because I wrote the guy a notice, a comment, and said, "It's so funny that it's you." I was actually doing a purge, and that's why I found you. Never seen anything of you in my YouTube feed. And this is the guy who did years ago. I know, a couple of 7 years ago or something, 5 years ago. You can see it down here. Sleight of hand tutorials, and they were always called Sleight of Hand 101. I don't know if you know this, guys, and the channel was called J Nation, I believe. And these are actually decent tutorials on Sleight of Hand. Anyway, so when I looked up what this is, I found out this guy is now making music. Okay, so let's listen to one of his tunes here for a second, because it was just too funny, right? So there's the comment down there. You see the comment here that I wrote. And this is like, I don't know, it's not it might not be everybody's piece of cake.
Being open-minded. Tall glass sipping, free mind living. Cigs in the river, make a grown girl shrivel. Make it look civil, catch him in a daze, boy. Got me feeling more entertained than my Game Boy. Vapors in the air, scooting down the square. Yeah, we can't forget the claws with these.
So we got some mellow rap music here with some piano in the background and a decent groove and so on. So I'm just showing you this, guys, to see that the road we're on, it is not a narrow path or something. It takes sideways, it crosses, and you might even, and I just want to share this also with the younger folks tuning in, who now discovered magic as a passion. You know, the most important thing to stay creative, to stay vital in basically any art form, is really to go with your passions, to go with the flow, and to work on the things and where you feel that you can express yourself the most, right? And you might very well turn from sleight of hand to rap music, right? I used to be a musician before I came to magic. I used to be a blues rock guitar player, played several bands, until I finally checked into magic. And it's just a nice, for me, it's a nice story to see that people that are out there, creative, they start with something and then they go somewhere else, but they still keep productive and keep creative. And that's one rule in life, one key in life, to live maybe kind of a successful life in a way, in a satisfied, in a happy life. And I just wanted to share this little story with you, because we are practicing very difficult stuff, and we're practicing a lot, you know, and sometimes you get this narrow view and you get stressed about it, and then you get frustrated, and before you know it, you lose your passion, and that's really dangerous. This can really ruin it, you know. So always keep the balance, you know. Define your goals, work hard to achieve your goals, but never stress out. Always be aware. Burnout is always a risk, whatever you do. So to stay smooth, life is a journey, right? This is the first thing I just wanted to get out here today before we are getting to the card table. What do you say about this, guys? Now I go back here to the other music, because voice in the background, that is confusing me, right? Turning this off. Going back here to royalty-free beats, the new site I found, giving us great royalty-free music to work with, and this is the title Rise Above. From Disturbed Reality, right? And that's just a coincidence. So let's turn this on, and we're back on track. So let me see how I'm doing. We got 10 current viewers, 11 current viewers. Welcome everybody. Once again, we are going to the card table now. Wonderful. Now I haven't had the cards in the hands today, but I was working with the book. And before we getting started, I just want to show you something else. Look at this. This deck is completely ruined. I don't know if you can see it with the light here. Coffee dropped over it, and this thing is so glued. This is glued with coffee now. I just can't even get those cards out. And you know why? Well, what's so tragic about it? I ripped this open now. This is, no, that was the wrong side. This is the deck I've worked on memorizing the stock, the special stock. So every card is basically a piece of art, and I just ruined this deck. Did this something like crazy like this ever happen to you guys? Oh man, the cards are completely stick. This deck is ruined. Okay, it's done, gone. Can't use this no more. Have to create another deck of 52 individual pieces of art. So Cabaret used to play jazz guitar. Well, that's a nice take as well. And here I go again. And IC is in the house. Hi IC. Hope to post some magic stuff on my channel in the future. Yeah, Flying V, do that. That's a lot of fun to do. You know, turn the camera on. Post it and give it a try. And now we are building up this cozy community. I guess you find here the guys tuning in, sparing some time and maybe giving you some feedback on what you're doing, but because this helps a lot, and also actually recording helps a lot. You will get a real sense of what you're doing, and you really get a chance to view what you do as a performer after, as a spectator afterwards, to a great deal at least. Okay, so guys, we have this time delay here anyways. What is your take on the keycard? Are you using the keycard principle? Do you know tricks with the keycard? I bet so. Let me know about it. Just give me a brief synopsis of review on your take on the subject. Maybe something to get me going into it. This would be really nice. A non-spilled tea on a $120 US, €100 textbook. Not fun. I spilled a whole cup of coffee over my over a MacBook. The good ones before Apple actually became shitty. It was just paid off, you know. I leased it. I just paid the last leasing amount, and just right at that morning, I spilled a cold cup of coffee over it, and I completely ruined the thing. I ruined it. It was done. It was no repair possible. That was also very painful. I love keycard tricks. When I start doing magic, I did lots of them. Many people complimented me on the quality of my card handling because they could not see any sleight of hand work. Yeah, that's really nice. That is really nice. So maybe to take this comment. If you're clever, if you play it clever, and if you have a little bit of sleight of hands at your hands, combining something like a keycard principle with a sleight of hand things, then this blend of techniques or methods really becomes very powerful, and really takes the audience in a really misconcepted perspective. Really hard to trace back, so this can really ease maybe your nerves getting caught or something. Don't play it like moving forward, increasing speed up to, let's say, the pass, making a rapid interruption, and everybody flows out and wonders what just happened, and then you present very quickly the effect. There's no fun to it. We're going to look at some absolutely powerful tricks using the keycard principle, which just don't, where this something like this just can't happen, and that's what it makes so powerful. Do not underestimate it, even though it's said that it's widely known. I know a lot of laymen who are not into cards or anything, and they don't know about the key card principle. And if you perform it safe, like it's in the road to card magic, for example, you don't have to stress about getting caught or something. Kabbalah said, this is my best chapter in the book. Trinity, hi there, nice shades. Hey, Trinity, you're back in the house once again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome. Viral News Star, Edie, let's start the trick. Well, before we start the tricks, I wanna just So in a road to card magic, it's written here on page 68. This is section 6. That if you use it with finesse, as they put it, it is really one of the most potent things in the whole realm of card magic, right? In this, as in many other things, it's not the tool that is important, but the personality, character, and intelligence of the person using the tool. This is something you see, this is pointed out here. It's your personality, it's your cleverness of using the tool, it's your use of the tool that makes everything very powerful. So let's take this really seriously here from the very beginning. It doesn't matter how many sleight of hand moves you know, how cleanly you perform them. If you just can perform one or another effect with those techniques, you very quickly start to bore your audience. You're not getting anywhere. However, if you have a fine repertoire of not so hard to learn techniques, if you use them cleverly and you put them cleverly to use and you focus on your persona, on your character, on your performance skills, you can perform decent card magic with the simplest of stuff. And it doesn't matter if the tricks are old as fuck, you know, because as you know, this book was published 48, I believe, officially first time, by the World Publishing Company in 51, and then republished in 99 by Dover, and there are many other publications of this out there. So these tricks, they are not the newest tricks in the middle of the last century. They were used and known before that, maybe centuries before that. So we are not working here with the latest material, but it doesn't matter because laymen don't know it usually. And if we follow the rules here, or if we follow this really good advice and we make it our own and we use these techniques clever, then we will still enable to perform a great and astonishing card magic. Isn't that a great premise? Isn't that something to be happy about? As I'm always saying, card magic need not be expensive, and it need not be difficult, you know. So then we got the undercut, and then we got the key undercut shuffle. Now these are super simple techniques, you know, when you have the undercut. This was just like that, you know, you pull a bottom package out like in the same grip as if you would perform the Hindu shuffle. Yeah, pull it out, bang, it goes there. And then if you shuffle a bunch of cards, throw the center package in there, and then a bunch of cards, you will not separate the key card from the target card. Easy as that. Of course, obviously, if you have a certain amount of false cards and false shuffling techniques at your hand, and we already looked at some techniques in the first chapter of this book, and in general this is where you're getting started, right, with some basic false shuffling technique and cutting techniques. You're good to go. You got all the material at hand to show a decent amount of skill on your side to make it a little bit interesting for the eyes of the onlookers. But you don't have to go crazy about it. And then we're in the middle of the tricks. Now, guys, I must tell you, I of course know I do as I do is a classic. And then I really was shocked or kind of confused about the 26th card, which I didn't get when I read it. I thought, what? Did they make a mistake or something? Because that can't be possible. Ha! So this trick fooled me trying to learn it. And then we've got the meeting of the minds, the non-poker voice, and the intuition with cards, right? That's what we get, and the sliding key card. I didn't come so deep into this. So if you know any of these tricks and you have performance experience, please feel free to share this in the chat. I'm really curious about it, because I can't just go go through all the tricks very much in detail or step by step. If you just like, first of all, cover the main concept here. Most known, of course. Oh no, let's start like this. When we're working with the key card, we have to know, of course, the origin of at least one card in the deck, which we then place on top or underneath the selection, the target card, the card that has been selected by the spectator, right? And then we have to get a peek at the cards again. So we have to somehow present a reason. How do you say this in English? Legitimierung. To legitimize it? Wait, let me find this word. Legitimierung. Ooh. Legitimacy. Oh God. Legitimacy. How do you say this?
Legitimität.
No, how do you say this?
Legitimacy.
Legitimacy. Legitimacy. Right? Legitimacy. Legitimacy. Now we are learning English here also. To look at the cards again. So to identify your key card, let's say it's the 4 of spades, and we place it upon the target card, so it would be the Jack of Hearts, right? So we need a reason to take a look at the cards. And then, of course, after we located the card, we now know it, and now we are able to present several effects with it. And this is basically the concept of the most, or the basic design of most of the key tricks with the key card, right? But there are kind of variations of this whole principle. Some quite complex. In the Royal Road to Card Magic, we are confronted with 2 other principles. The one is that with the key card not in close proximity, but with quite a distance to the target card. So we're talking a remote key here. And that's featured in the 26 card tricks. And then we have another version, or another thing. Where is it? Right, and then at the end of the chapter we have, of course, the option also to move the key card around, you know, to hide the fact where we place the card, and so on. So there is a lot there. We're getting here from the very beginning, Road to Card Magic, a lot of material to work with, a lot of insights in the core structure of the whole thing. Maybe to come up with our own ideas, which is always also kind of a goal here, right? So what you guys saying in the comments? Let me see what you guys saying in the comments. I've seen David Blaine, Michael Vincent, Bill Malone, and Penn and Teller using tricks from this book. Really? Are you kidding me? Are they yeah. Which ones? Where? What kind? I'm curious. I know that of course David Blaine has a huge variety of classic tricks he performs. He likes to perform even on television. Really classic material, which I think is one of these things where David Blaine is such a favorable magician, you know, next to these crazy stunts he did with starving or standing or getting frozen, and all the things he did, you know, shooting himself with a bullet, swallowing frogs and spitting them out again, that stuff. He performs classical feats of card magic, and that is amazing. And of course, Michael Vincent is also specialized on card magic, so he probably knows all of this classic stuff in and out. And Bill Malone and everybody who's also kind of lecturing and teaching magic is using this material because it is so it's so fundamental, right? Because we're not trying to just learn one trick after another. We're trying to really understand the principles, the core principles of the art form, and then to be enabled to really make wise decisions on what material we actually select to really work on, to really get at our fingertips. You know, I believe it's Hugat Brouet who said, and also in the road to card magic in the introduction, that you don't need to know 1,000 tricks, you know, but a fine selection, and that is a defined selection. This is what you're working with. Now, look at all the great pros. Look at all the famous routines. They are just designed like that. Core foundation of specific slides the masters have decided to master, and then they play throughout, and they put layer over layer, layer on layer of deception on there, so that it becomes easy to follow, very entertaining show to watch, which amuses and which stuns the audience, right? And that's what this is about. And all of this, that's the art form, that's the entertainment. Cards across, below those cards across as well. Vincent the Tipsy to combined with Triumph. Actually calls it Tipsy T. It's called the Tipsy Trick in the book. Penn and Teller did a variation of several tricks to trick Copperfield. Yeah, wow, Cabalit, you know quite some sources. That's nice. Thanks for sharing all of this with us. So, let's now do this, and this is here, of course, not a session again where I'm just plainly, I don't know, teaching and giving you my take on the thing. This is a practice session. We are practicing here cards together. So this is now practicing understanding basically a trick, imagining how that works, what we get introduced to, and then understanding the core principles, the core design. Trying to walk this through 1 or 2 times, and then trying to imagine something, how to make this your own, how to adapt this to your own personal performance style. You know, that's the idea of it. So you guys get a deck of cards out. We will need 2 packages here of cards, and let's go here with these with the what, I gotta do this like, oh no signal. There we are, with the bees, blue bees. This is the magician's deck, and I give this couple of decent shuffles here, right? And I cut it right to the book, and we're all good with everything. Let me shuffle this one more time here. So this is really nice. Shuffle, bang, shuffling, getting warm with the cards, and this deck just stays here. This is the magician's deck, and this is the deck of the spectator, and also the spectator shuffles a card, and they do something like this, right? Because they are laymen and they don't know how to handle cards. And as soon as you perform this with someone who knows how to handle cards, you gotta be careful. So right? So now we just switch the decks. So I give the spectator my cards, and I get the spectator's cards. Both decks get ribbon spread, something like this, boop, boop, boop. And then both can choose a card, right? So I would choose a card out of the magician's deck, out of the layman's deck. I hope I'm doing this right now. Right, and this is very nice. And place it here, and the spectator does the same, takes a card out of my deck, and you're the spectator now, right? I don't look at the card even. Okay, I don't see the card, man. Do you see the cards, guys? Okay, I don't see the card, and you do as I do. That's the premise of this whole trick, right? Decks get put together and get put together, beep 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 beep, and then the magician cuts the pack, and the spectator cuts the pack, bang, right? That's that. Now the magician gets its deck back, and the spectator gets the deck back, right? Place your cards face down. So, and now you ask the spectator to pick. Where is it? Let's check. Now I'll find my card while you find yours. Run through the pack. You now hold until you come to your key card. Then take the card below it and place it face downwards on the table. Try to have. So, I'm now taking this deck, and I say, I'm going to take my card out of the deck here. But what I actually do is, I'm going to my key card, right? And then it is the card underneath it, of course. And I take this card and I place it onto the table face down. And the spectator does the same. He goes through the deck and he takes his card out of the deck. Which one was it? Yeah, it takes his card out of the deck. Boop. Face down. Now, I'm already confused. So, when he removes his card, have him place it face downwards on your card, but at right angles. So he places the card on this magician's card like this, I guess. And I'm doing the same. So, and I'm doing the same with the rest of his cards and mine cards. So we're creating this picture here, right? Is that correct? We are creating this picture here. This is window dressing. No, you will remember that you did. I shuffled my pack and shuffled. So now we recap the whole thing. And then I say, as a magician, I have placed my card on the table and so have you. Would it be a surprise if we both took the same cards, right? And then the spectator says, yes, that would be a surprise. And then you lift up both cards, and then both cards are the spectator's card. Is that right? Was this performed correctly? Can't even remember which card it was. Man, it's so freaking hot. It's so freaking hot. Yeah, these were the right cards. Right. So you see what's happening here, and this is super easy. Now, all we gotta do is glimpse the card and memorize the key card. The key card is actually positioned on the target card in the hands of the spectator. Oh, right? And then this trick here, by creating this picture, uses a little bit of time misdirection, I would call it. So you create this, he creates this picture, I create this picture, and I take my time to doing so, creating this great thing. And all of this occupies the mind of the spectator. And when I now recap and I say, you will remember that you did exactly as I did, because that's the premise of the trick. You shuffled my pack and I shuffled your pack. We each took our cards and remembered it. I have placed my card on the table and so have you. And then they end up at the same time. It's a very beautiful trick. It's a very, very beautiful trick. Did you guys ever perform this trick? Do you have experience with that trick? So, Brian Rapid has performance experience with this. Share it with us. Says, my favorite key card trick is do as I do. People just love it when identical cards are turned over at the same time. It looks so pleasing. AFK, what do you, Cabaret, what does this mean? I freaking can't. Crazy challenge is right. Hey, how it's going, OTHMARIUS? It's going great. It's just extremely hot for a couple of days here, and my brain is already melting down here, trying to understand the trick. Do as I do. Luckily, we got Brian Rapid in the house, who knows the trick by heart, and who's performing it on a daily basis or on a regular basis. I just asked the spectators to turn the cards over, and the count of 3, I do the same. Very nicely, very nicely. So I don't have any worries with this trick. A spectator thinks of a card and the magician thinks of a card, and each show the card of our choice, and they are the same. All right? It's a very straightforward, very simple thing. It has this beautiful premise of do as I do. So it is exciting for the people. Now they get a deck of cards they play along with the magician. So that is really nice, and you are basically in control of the situation the whole time. So let me walk through this one more time. It doesn't matter how you do it, how you catch your key card. Maybe here me with the Pharaoh shuffle, got the King of Hearts at the bottom of the deck. I give this deck a Pharaoh, bang, there you go, right? Cut the cards to the table with the simple false card. Keep my King of Hearts at the bottom. And I wouldn't do it like this because it's do as I do. I would just glimpse the card, maybe with this technique, King of Hearts. And then I would say to the spectator, look, shuffle the cards, you know, right? Because it's do as I do. I give them just a normal shuffle. So now you're shuffling the cards, and the spectator starts shuffling the cards. And all of this is absolutely innocent, right? This is super innocent what's happening here. Let's try to understand the layman's point of view. And you know, they're shuffling the cards just as you do, just like a magician. You know, it's beautiful about it. So, and after they shuffle the cards, you say, now let's switch the packs so that this is really fair and that there's nothing happened here, so that I'm really picking a card out of the deck that you shuffle and you pick a card out of the deck that I shuffle, so that this is super clean. I believe you can point this out at this point. And you have them cards spread out like the ribbon spread, and it doesn't matter if it's super clean, and you say go any card, maybe somewhere in the middle, just do as I do. You can really play this, you know. I tried to imagine how I would perform this, really play this. And now I take a card out, and I do, as I remember, I said to the guy, I also remember your card, right? You got your card, now place it there, and then the spectator takes their card, right? And of course you don't see it, doesn't matter, 3 of hearts, places here, right? So, and then the cards gets closed, and said, fine, one more step here, like we cut the cards one more time, boom, just like that, boom, like that. So 3 of hearts, boom, in the middle of the back, boom, that's it. So your cards are now let's change the cards again, and you can keep this this reason up, you know, just to keep this absolutely clean. You don't know what card I picked, I don't know what card you picked, right? And it's fair, that is fair, and the cards are super fair. So let's take out your card, okay? Let's take out your card. Now I don't care, you take out the card you selected, I take out the card I selected. Now of course the spectator goes into the deck, and it's beautiful, and goes for the 3 of hearts. You know, he takes the 3 of hearts out of the deck because that's his or her card. What am I going to do? Take it out. What am I going to put it on the table? Right there on the table. And I try, as a magician, of course, to be a little bit quicker right now. So I'm going now for my key card, which is the King of Hearts, and then I find the card and I place this on the table. And when I've done this, I try to do this a little bit quicker. That's what they write in the Road to Card Magic. Then my spectator said, now put it crosswise here on top of there. Right, that's great. And now let's take your deck and put also your cards crosswise on there, on top of there, or maybe the other way around. Doesn't really matter. See, boom, and that's the little time misdirection here, just to distract and take all the attention away, and then spectate, wow, what's happening? Like, it's a little bit, this is a magical gesture basically here, right? And then after you've done this, like, look, bang, set. See, look, I shuffled my deck, you shuffled your deck, you took your card out of the deck, I took my card out of the deck, we placed the cards on the table. Wouldn't this be amazing if these were both the same cards? And then, woo! These are both the 3 of hearts. That's nice. Come on, admit it. That's a nice card trick. So, crazy channels, right? Do as I do can get pretty intense with memory work, stack work, and even just method. Very nice comment. Yeah, this is true. I believe so. I believe this basic version here has many variations which evolved from this, or circle around it. And just like it is, as it's true in magic, that bringing different methods together or having different methods overlapping in a simple plot, easy for the audience to follow, makes card magic very, very powerful, very beautiful. And what I like here also about this, see, you are also, and this is an aspect now which shouldn't be underestimated under no circumstances too. You can create really beautiful images with cards, and you can really create a little narration or a little choreography with cards as well. And if you do this gentle, if you don't overdose it, people start really enjoying what you're doing. They really get into it, you know, and they really want more than at a point like this. And of course, also here, the difference between a blue deck and a red deck, this contrast is very, very sharp. And also this contrast on the negative side is displayed with the same cards, you know, so you have also visually this basically impossibility here as a visual impact. This is very beautiful. I like it very much. If there's a lot of people, you can let them cut the decks too, since each cut can be cut twice without fear of losing the key card, and you get lots of people involved. Yes, that's true. You could do that. Depends on also on your performance style. Although right now, when I look at it and the way I see it right now, that the simplicity here, not cutting too much and doing too much, it's the simplicity here. It's just do as I do. Everything is very simple. It has a very clear premise. It's very easy to follow for the audience. The spectator gets involved and takes part of the magic themselves. It happens in their hands, basically, or in their hands also, which kind of strengthens the effect. That is really beautiful, and it's also quite intriguing. This is also something where people are like, wait a second, what actually did happen, but they will not be able to trace it back. And this is also this is intriguing, you know, which can be a nice thing also. Family says, okay, I'm going to practice this trick the next day. Very great, give it a try. Yeah, and what I like about this getting used to two decks, you know, this is also again, when we're talking about the Royal Road to Card Magic, as we've heard before, or as we've seen before, Hogarth and Brouet, they are preparing us, or they are introducing us to very different, on different layers, to very different principles, techniques and methods. And here we are getting kind of introduced, and this is between the lines. This is not directly and outspoken teaching here. This is like getting the novice very slowly used to the potential that's there without frustrating, without overwhelming the student. Because I'm telling you this, even for me now, it's a hot day, and the next trick, we're going to talk about the next trick now in a second. I just didn't get it. I was like, what the fuck? Why is the card now in this? Why? And this can be really challenging, frustrating, and especially, you must imagine this book has been written to a time, and like all these books have been written to a time where there were no other sources like lectures like this one, like lectures of magicians, like DVDs or products and tapes or whatever, you know, since there is this video option out there. So it's a quality measurement. It's like, is the reader enabled to follow, or is the reader overwhelmed? You know, do we really serve the purpose of teaching the fundamental stuff and guiding the novice to be successful, or is this just a book with one difficult slide after another, and novice will not gain anything from except it's a very ambitious autodidact? You know, there are these people out there. They say, I don't care, I just go through all of it. They bite through it and they get what they get. But usually, if you just want to get into this, if you just, you know, you might take expert card technique and you will be overwhelmed, like as a beginner. Like take Earthnace, and you like. You will despair before you get started, because you're like, I will never learn this. How should I achieve anything? It's so difficult, you know. And we don't have this here. And then, of course, so what are we getting introduced here without getting introduced to it? Actually, without having this pointed at us. That's working with 2 decks. It's working with, you know how powerful it is working with 2 decks or even 3 decks? Let's talk about deck changes. Do you know how powerful deck changes are? Incredibly powerful. And if you are, if like the good old times, the walking magician, the carnival magician, the table hopper, the close-up, the parlor magician. These guys, they would be loaded with decks, and they would be so keen and firm on switching decks. You would blink and they would switch the deck, you know. And this is really powerful. And this is like introducing us to us, and also introducing us to the importance of color display, right? Look how I'm freaking, look at these 2 decks. Look at the color display. I got this color changing package trick here. It's a 6-pack. I just know how it looks like, and it looks freaking amazing, but I didn't look into the method yet. It's just one of these, maybe this is something I will never really take out of the box. It looks like, it looks to me like a very limited handling. But because I focus a lot on sleight of hand. I'm used to be very open with cards, and I really don't like. I even with a visible deck or something, I get a feeling of this is not. I don't have this. Is not natural, you know. Although you gotta go through this also if you want to perform an effect like this, you know, the invisible deck. Wow. Great. That's a shame that this is actually revealed out there. So where we at? It's definitely one of those easy to follow, slow and simple but powerful tricks. Deck switches are insane. I've just finished reading Rebooter's Art of Switching Decks. Such beautiful techniques. Oh, great! That's a great. I will keep that. I have a list of things I wanted to of books, and there's also a huge book. I've seen a review, book review on it. Right, a really big book on basically all you need to know about deck switches. Like probably also a 70 to 100 euros per purchase. But I rather put money in a book like this than into buying 4 or 5 tricks I will never use, you know. But this is really high on my list. But I never really, never really needed to go there yet for the few occasions I actually perform. I go wild performing, you know. So John Carey does a lot of tricks with 2 decks, and he was an inspiration for my variation on the Poker Players Picnic. Flying V, yeah, great. I would like to see what's your variation on the Poker Players Picnic. I'd like to see that. Start please recording and show it to the world. And if it's worth, if I feel like we can use this here, why not? Why not taking a look at it here? This is we had with Richard Bellows live infinity loop, you know, going on. So uploaded it, I take a look at it, and then maybe we can talk about it, you know, and helping each other, because just because that you make the effect happen doesn't mean that the routine is already working. I've pretty much all the performances I got out here on YouTube, which are already, I haven't performed for so long here on video. I need to shoot some more performance videos, definitely. Anyways, you know, the older stuff I got to say like this is, there's so much room to improve, you know, improve that shit, you know. So guys, we got again this nice tune. I'm gonna dive right into this and make a little break with the cards and get ready for the next trick. While you can go wild in the chat, let's do it like this. I want to know, next trick, the 3 piles. Do you know the 3 piles? Do you perform the 3 piles? Do you have experience with the 3 piles? Or do you say, I have read the Royal Road to Card Magic actually 5 times and I always pass this trick for, I don't know. This sometimes happens, you know. And are you having a great time? Is the quality good? Are you enjoying yourselves? And are you learning something? Has it been worth tuning in here again on a Tuesday night? It is almost 1 hour. We are doing the live stream almost for 1 hour. So this is now about 9 p.m. Berlin, German summertime, GMT plus 2 it is, +2 summertime. And once again, I can't remember, guys. If you want to, let me know where you're tuning in from. So crazy challenges, right? Referring to deck switches. I got it because, referring to a book you bought on deck switches. I got it because I wanted to find a clean deck switch. The book has quite a lot in there. Roberto Giobbi studied with Di Vernon, so it's quite a useful book, but otherwise there are some other good books. I also know, I've also seen some products out there where you kind of put the deck on the deck on the box, and then when you take it back again, you kind of switch it, like kind of gimmick techniques. There's some 3 products out there or something. This is something these are products I definitely would consider buying, all 3 of them, just to get an insight of the methods used, just to get the inspiration, you know, even if I would know if I use them or if I don't even use them, but maybe for YouTube performance, you know, or maybe for a prepared table or bar set, something very useful. So, currently doing my art homework. I'm from London, but listening to you live is pretty nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My art homework is for school, or are you an art student? Oh, this is just such a chill, relaxed mood I'm in right now. I hope you are enjoying the show. Today I'm not wild and crazy. You know, that's so crazy. There's guys like you know all this stuff on these products and stuff, and I'm barely buying products. I stopped buying products for quite a while. Just occasionally, that was when I was in Barcelona. I visited this magic shop, and I just wanted to walk out with something, so I took this with me. But usually, I'm investing my money in books now. Physics, maths, and art. So the whole curriculum of the liberal arts combined with the hard science, huh? So here we have something. 3 pairs, and these are these in-betweens I've been talking about a lot doing this series. And this is why you guys gotta get this book and you gotta read through it, because they got all these very important in-betweens, you know, these between the light things. Here they're pointing out, Hugard and Brouet pointing out that the delay in performing, so basically time misdirection, is such an important is such an important aspect of performing good card magic? Well, because when the attention of the onlookers is concentrated on your action, it's poor strategy and invites disaster, you know? So when the onlookers are focused on your actions, because you perform it like this, that is a bad strategy, and it invites disaster, you know? It's this thing you see so often with these videos. Look at my pass, how clean I perform my pass. And then you have this misconception that a move like the pass is something that is meant to perform super fast and super clean, so that nobody sees it even if they're looking at the cards, you know? No, that's not what it's designed for. I'm always saying this. So time delay is a very, very important concept as well. And in this trick we just took a look at, do as I do, we have this embedded in the premise of the trick, you know, and this is what it makes so easy to follow for the people. So there's no interruption in the mindset you're creating. You do as I do as a magician, you know, you're a magician too. You can really focus on the performing aspect, also the interaction with your spectators. And you know, I'll quite honestly, guys, this is easy said. This is the most difficult task about it. Really, it is the most difficult task about it. To be loose, to be entertaining, to be interactive, spontaneous also with your audience, without being the guy who's just going through his routine and through his wording and pattern like a robot, you know. And when somebody comes at you with something, you're like, hey, okay, go on with my pattern, you know. You gotta get the stiffness out. You gotta be cool and relaxed, you know, and playful with your audience. And this is not easy. This is what you have to practice, actually. This is what you have to practice the most, and this is what you can practice. Oh, you can practice with. I use stuffed puffies. I have Mr. Fluffy Puffy, Mr. Fluffy Puffy. With me all the time, and I'm a practice. Hey, Mr. Fluffy Puffy, let me pick a card and stuff. This might sound ridiculous, guys, but it's not. Oh, take a look. Now I'm going off. You know, I'm just going for, like, this whole beautiful atom of what's called in English ventalism, with the puppets. Bauchredner. Oh God, man, what is this for kind of a word? Wait.
Ventriloquist.
Ventriloquist. You know, these guys, they embody basically, except for the technical challenge, for the skill to be able to create a voice without moving your lips. They impersonate a character. They bring this little guy or whatever they got into life, and now I lost my take. Like, what did I want to say? It's like, did you guys ever see Being Elmo? This beautiful documentary about the puppeteer who plays Elmo, and this documentary really shows also what kind of an art form this is. You know, I don't know. I lost track here. What I wanted to say. Kind of this aspect also of acting. Acting the persona, acting the magician that you are playing in this specific role, and do not don't underestimate your audience. As audience knows what is happening basically, and then knows that you are playing a role there for them. And when you go to someone and say, do you want to see some magic, you actually invite them into this role play that you are a guy with special talents or powers or whatever, and you got to be really cool about it, and you have to practice this. Right, here was it with practice, what I was wanting to say. You know, these little guys, if you practice this a little bit, they can get personas. And then Mr. Fluffy Puffy, the more I performed with the guy, or to myself, and imagining him as a audience member, he was getting this thing, you know, and I could feel. And maybe at this point I'm going, look, fuck cards, I'm starting to become a puppeteer. Imagine this. You gotta literally, basically, you gotta start talking to yourself, right? Hey, Mr. Fluffy Puffy, how are you doing? Hey, man, I'm fine. What's up? Look at all these assholes. Okay, I'm going bananas here again. I'm totally losing my shit here. You know, we are in for 1 hour and 2 minutes, and that's enough time for me to completely get out of here, to go bananas. Anyways, the other day, driving the car, I played a game I call Yes and No. Did you ever play it? This is something where you can how you can practice stuff like this. Without an audience, right? And this is very easy. One part of you, one side of you just says yes to something, yes. And the other part of you disagrees, says no. And the other part is really convinced about their opinion and they say yes. Yes, of course. And the other part says no. And then you keep on playing that. You say no, yes, yes, no. Well, very yes. No, absolutely not, you know. Yes, I'm telling you yes. No, no. And you know, and this really helps you to get into a character, like, and then the snow guy becomes this guy who just wants is snow, and the yes guy becomes just the yes guy. And then you can, you know, driving a car, and this is a moment where, you know, in the summertime, you know, you're sitting with the car open, and you're sitting in your car, in front of a red traffic light. And you go like, no, yes, no, yes, and then the cops are coming and they're just looking in your car. Okay, maybe we should pull this guy over. Practice whenever you can, you know. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Lol, it's like Daniel Madison with his Charlie. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I actually like this very much. You know, I really like this very much. This really helps. And I don't know. I'm not following Daniel Madison so much, and I don't know for how long he's doing this and how far he has developed this thing, but probably I guess if you go back to a certain time, you will find an introduction and then you will see a developing progress. Something like this takes time, and especially with these alter egos, with these imaginary friends, you can really see them evolve, and they are, and the magician that you are, and the magician that only you can be. It's just the same with this guy, you know, just the same. Takes time of coming out, you know, as basically a crazy person, you know. And then of course this can even become really quite a soul search, you know. And now here we are at the point where we're actually leaving the whole aspect of just being performing artists, this way you really go into a very deep aspect of being a performing artist. Let me put it like this. Because, you know, this crow type, when Madison, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel that it has some dark vibes going on, you know. There's a lot of doubt in there, and something like this. And this is maybe part of the personality of Daniel Madison, of the things he had to deal with his life. And this is, artist, or being an artist, also means like kind of being creative and using these things that are part of your life and that you want to express, and that you turn into a performance in a certain way, maybe to communicate something, or just to get it out there, and it happened to be entertaining for people, you know. Yeah. Back to the card table. Right, so now we have here an element of surprise with a time delay in combination with the key card as these ingredients for the magic. Now we are just this is the magic potions actually we are brewing here, and then now we're getting into a field where this starts becoming also magician foolers. Although I'm very careful with this with this term, because for me there is no value in whether a trick fools magicians or not. I don't care. Actually, the value for me is, does it entertain laymen? That's important. The only thing that's important. And also, a nice blend. Creating an illusion means that the illusion works even if you know the secret. The illusion still works, and you experience the illusion, and maybe even, or because you know the secret, you can value the illusion even more, or value the skills of the artist even more. You know, because think about it, some performer creates an incredible illusion, and a layman or an onlooker believes that the performer really has supernatural powers. Now we are entering the area of fraudery here, right? And this happens on a really daily basis, and we even have performers who badly walk the line there. Let's say, let's take Uri Geller for one of the greatest example. You know, who really featured the idea that he has, I don't know, really telekinetical powers, and people would believe that, and he would sell books with these things, with these ideas, and making a lot of money with it. You know, and completely exploiting this misled faith and belief of people. So what is it worth if somebody thinks OTHMARIUS has actually supernatural powers, or is possessed by a demon, or whatever stupid shit people believe? These people are not able, because they are delusional, they are not able to value my work as an artist. I don't want an audience like this. You know, if I would be that, then I would have become a medium, or a wonder healer, or a priest, you know, and then you do a Jesus miracle show, and then you have a microphone in your head, another microphone. You have a little tiny plug in your ears, and then your wife is telling you, well, in the front row there's sitting this old lady with the red scarf, and her daughter had cancer, and yeah, and then you go like, yeah, God is talking to me. There's somebody, a woman, and with a daughter, or something very dramatic, and you build it up super easy then. And then people believe that, and these people completely exploit these frauds, shamelessly exploit the need to believe in something of people. I consider these people priests, wonder healers, mediums, and people in advertisement. PR people as my natural enemies, okay? And so we as magicians are also honest liars, right? We are honest liars. So we go on stage and we basically say, we're not going to fuck you all over. We really come completely fuck with your heads, but we do this for entertainment reasons. You know, that's a deal. That's a bargain. That's what people come and pay for, and that's a fair bargain. It's like, let me experience. My talent or my skills is using your weaknesses to create illusions, your cognitive weaknesses to create illusions, which is something, when people experience this illusion, is usually something emotional, and it ranks from just excitement, from joy, to even really being frightened. You can scare the shit out of people actually with magic if you perform it well. You know, this spooky kind of magic has been always been there. You know, it was a big wasn't it Houdini who was debunking frauds throughout the 19th century? When did the guy live? Help me out here with the history, guys. It was Houdini, right? Who did that? And he also claimed that whoever was able to perform something that he can't debunk, he would give them crazy amount of money, and then all these mediums and ghosts, people who speak with ghosts, would invite him, right? Wasn't it the story? Wasn't that the stories? So Flying V said, so always tell the people it's a trick and not a real magic. Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. As long as it is clear that this is a role play, you can go full pace in your magical powers. You know, you can do that. You can absolutely go and say, you can go crazy with the idea, but as long as it's clear that this is this kind of role play, and the better you play, and then it becomes kind of a thrilling game. You can push the boundaries there. You can, you know, and this is when your reputation peaks. But now we're talking now about a long way off, you know, really actually building an audience. And this I call them wizard type magicians. These are those magicians that have built a reputation over the course of their actions, that it is commonly known that they are artists, but maybe David Copper really knows how to fly, you know. It's the story that I was one of the Penn and Teller guys told at one point, I don't know where he said that that when David Copperfield was about to make the Statue of Liberty disappear. When was that, man? When was that? And that the guy was super excited and calling to his father and saying, "Oh my God, man, David Copperfield is going to make the Statue of Liberty disappear." And then the father said at the telephone, "But you're aware about the fact that he's not going to actually make the Statue of Liberty disappear." And I love the story so much because that is just how it's supposed to be, you know. For this, you know that it's not true, but for the moment you can live the illusion. You can live the role play. You can get all the belief out. Everything's possible. Miracles and wonders are true, and especially they are not actually harmful. They happen in a safe space, so to say, and that's a beautiful aspect of the whole performing art of magic. It's also a relief from the real world, because reality is harsh and reality is cruel, you know. People die, people starve, people have bad luck, and you make a mistake and the universe proves to be very unforgiving, you know. You know, everybody, because the universe is freaking, and nature is indifferent. It doesn't give a shit, you know, if you suffer or not. Doesn't matter, okay? Nature doesn't give a single fuck if humanity managed to blow itself to oblivion with a nuclear holocaust within the next 100 years. Nature doesn't give a fuck. The universe doesn't care. So reality is harsh, and also miracles and wonders is something usually people believe in, but they're not happening, right? Because people are dying, people are having accidents, people are starving, and cruel things are happening. Where's the help? And then, without having to make a leap of faith, without to following a religion or a preacher to follow any rules, there comes these guys to make these incredible wonders. It's Walt Disney, man. It's just a nice story, something to get away from reality. Okay, I'm so far away here right now. Houdini did some debunking, handy by the strength and conditioning rights. Yeah, thank you for confirming this. Flying, we like to say something weird happens as opposed to I do something. Yes, I get you. By the way, guys, at this time I'm always saying this. What I'm saying here, this is work in progress. This is me reflecting on my learning process. This is my take on the art form. Don't take what I say at the last word. Always stay sharp. Be critical. Make up your own mind, because that is your working tool. You gotta be free from mental slavery. You don't follow leaders. You make up your own mind. You do understand the principles. You do understand. You make choices what values you're going to follow or not, and this is all your own responsibility. And you take it or you don't take it. You know. So if you take everything I'm saying just as a input, as an impulse for your own thought process, I'm always saying, right? And just as I do with what you guys throw at me in the chat, because otherwise, you know, I believe really in the concept of everybody teaches everybody, and that we all can learn from each other, although we might be from different skill or experience levels. Doesn't matter, you know, doesn't matter. So back to the trick. So we have a spectator. Let's work it with a red deck of cards. Shuffle a deck of cards again. It happens in the hands of the spectator, and then we have the spectator cut them into 3 piles. Three piles. We got 3 piles. Do you guys know the trick? VG Smith Magic, show me magic, man. I'm trying to learn this trick here right now. So I show you the back end of magic, maybe. But nice for you tuning in. VG Smith Magic, welcome to the show. Welcome to my Card Magic Live Jam practice session on OTHMARIUS Magic. We're in the middle of the road to Card Magic. Expect him to choose any of the 3 piles and take a good and spreading a card through face towards himself. Segmentally, any owner going to come to marry you. When he has one, then tell him to shuffle the card to the roll to himself and will not know the position of his mental to take a card on the others. Okay, so now I'm instructing the spectator to decide to take any of these piles. Doesn't matter, free choice. Now at this point I'm already intrigued. No, I don't know this trick at all. So yeah, now the spectator says to fan out the cards or spread out the cards, and is then asked to choose 1 card mentally. So, and then to remember the card or out of the pile. I'm mentally now. I'm mental now, and it's the Ace of Hearts. Okay, mental. That's what I do as a spectator. Mental. Ace of Hearts. So, and then we say shuffle the cards so that the spectator doesn't even know the position of the cards themselves. That's the premise. Now I'm intrigued. I have now a selected card that only the spectator knows, and the spectator doesn't even know where the card is. How I'm supposed to find it with a key card? I have freaking no idea. I don't know. Maybe I feel like I already misunderstood something here. So turn around and say, I think your card is about 12 from the top. Deal the cards face upwards and see if I'm right, but don't tell me where the card is if I'm wrong. So this is doing turned backwards to the audience, okay? Being turned away again, but begin to turn away again, but contrive to side first card. So you don't do this. So you have been turned, everything happened, you've been turned, you turn around again to give them now this instruction in this situation to say now deal of cards. So I'm guessing okay, and this is, you say deal down the cards. I'm guessing that the card you selected is about in the 12th position. Yeah, right? And then he starts to deal down, and as he does so, you turn around. But while you turn around, you take a glimpse of the card. This is our key card. So the magician is turned around, and the spectator deals, and you set 12 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So he counts true, the spectator counts true. You promised a 12 card, but it's the 10 card now in this pack, and we have the key card, the King of Spades. That's where we are at now, right now. When he completed the deal, the spectator tells you that you were wrong. Oh well, you say, shrugging off your supposed mistake, it makes very little difference. So now the interaction goes like the magician is wrong. It wasn't the 12 cards, and you go like, yeah, it doesn't matter anyway, you know? Something like this. That's how I understand it right now. Instruct the spectator to place the pile on the table, take the other two piles, place them. Okay, I've got to read this out loud because I'm not getting it. So here's now like kind of what you got is instruct the spectator to place his pile on the table. Take the other two piles and shuffle them together. Cut the packet, place his pile on the lower portion, and then replace the cut. Cut the package, place his pile. Instruct the spectator to place his pile on the table. Take the other two piles and shuffle them. So shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Cut the packet. Place his pile on the lower portion and then replace the cut. Finally tell him to square the packet and make as many complete cuts as he likes. Don't get it. I don't understand it. You guys gotta help me out here. Somebody got the Royal Road to Card Magic at hand? So we shuffle the cards now and then we cut the pack. Place his pile on the lower portion. And then replace this cut. Place this pile on the lower portion and then replace the cut. So I place everything upon here right now. I guess so. I'm just doing it right now. So now I take everything and then I turn around and make some remarks. So as I understand it now, this whole sequence of cutting and it's random. It doesn't mean anything important. It is a random. Turn around, take the pack and run over the faces. You make some kind of So now I find my key card, King of Spades. Now I count you know, it's really true. Learning card tricks with books is a little more difficult than with online tutorials. So I found my key card and then I count 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I cut the package at this point. So my key card is now the 6th card from the bottom of the pack. Or from the bottom of the pack. I'm so stupid. From the bottom of the pack. Not from the top of the pack. Okay, my keycard needs to be 5th. 6th from the bottom of the pack. Remove what has been done and card manually out of pack shuffle and cut several times and all you done while your pack was returned. Then add you will. Okay. This is something I don't understand, quite honestly. I now need to have the spectator state the position of the card, which was the 10th card. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't see now how I, from this position, should come to the point, to the conclusion where the spectator's card, the ace of hearts, is. I just admit it, guys. I don't understand the trick. So, honey badger sanction condition. Cut the cards, but don't complete the cut. So, we have 3 piles. Right? Spectator takes any one. We go here for the middle again. Select mentally any card. This time we go Queen of Hearts. Shuffles the pack. Queen of Hearts. Plays on the table. Takes both packages. Shuffle them. Cut the cards. But don't complete the cut. And then place the pile with the selected card on the bottom pack. Right here in the center. There. And the rest upon there. Is that what you mean? Honey butter strength conditioning. Is that now the right positioning, the right thing, what we should have, what we should have done? No, I forgot. Ah! No, I was wrong. So, cut. Any package. Mental choice. Let's go for the Jack of Spades this time. Shuffling the cards. Placing this on the table. Now the spectator is to deal the cards face up. We say 12th position. No, I didn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 card. Ha ha! I predicted the position of the Jack. We say it's the 11th card. 11, 12, 13, 14. So 11th card. Place this. So now here comes the sequence. Here now it says, instruct the spectator to place his pile on the table, take the other 2 piles and shuffle them together. Cut the pack and place this 4. Instruction, I don't get it. Yes, LiVE smiles. Help me out, guys. Now I need your help. Now you teach me, because I just don't get this shit right. First is the key card, right? So now I've reversed it. So we say the Jack of Spades, and he's random somewhere in the deck. It doesn't matter. Shuffled, deals down. First card is the key card, 4 of diamonds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jack of Spades in the 7th position with the key card, 4 of diamonds. Now, but what now? Point 4 in the book. Anybody got the book right now, guys? You need your help now, because I really don't understand it. What to do in this position? The next thing it says, when he has completed the deals, the spectator tells you that you were wrong. Oh well, you say, shrugging off your supposed mistake. It makes very little difference. Instruct the spectator to place his pile on the table, take the other 2 piles and shuffle them together. Cut the packet, place his pile on the lower portion, and then replace the cut. Ah! So, taking those two, shuffle dabby do, cut, and now I place it face down, right? It goes face, they don't tell me. It goes face down, right? Now the other goes on top. Now they will tell me the position of the card. Thanks for helping me out here. Now I'm going through the thing. Now I'm locating my key card. It was the 4 of diamonds. Oh, it's so hot here. 4 of diamonds. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In reality, you find your key card on and run over the face as you make some kind of remarks. In reality, you find your key card, count 5 cards below it, and casually cut the pack at this point. Your key card will now be the 6th card from the bottom of the pack. From the bottom of the pack, face up. Or what? Am I getting this? Am I completely dumb now? Am I completely dumb now? Honey Badger Strange Nico, you know the trick. Tell me. I don't get it. It says clearly here, run over the faces as you make some casual remarks as such. In reality, you find your key card and count 5 cards below it and casually cut the pack at this point. Like this. Like what? You don't see what I'm doing. So I'm here. My key card is 4 of diamonds. I'm going to the deck casually, counting 5 cards and cut. And then it's at the bottom of the deck. Is that what is, am I correct here? Because I would refer to this card at the top of the deck. Or what? What am I not getting? Now now this is frustrating me. You guys know the experience when stuff like this gets frustrating and you think you feel so stupid and dumb. And it's usually the point where I would go like, this trick is not for me. It's a stupid trick. But whoever gives in easy will not succeed. I hope I'm not losing all of your. I hope you guys not losing all the faith in me here. Like, this happens, man. It's not easy. I'm telling you. I don't understand this point. Or 6 from the top if the cards are face up. Okay. Okay. So, that's okay. They don't tell me it's got to be face up. So now it is, if it's face up, it is 6 from the bottom. I'm good with this. I'm okay with that. That's how I read it. That's how I understood it. But I just didn't feel it was right. So, now if the spectator tells me the number, the position, the where it was in the pile, I can do a little calculation to find the card. It was the 7th position. So it says here now, if it states that its position was 6, then the required card is now at the bottom of the deck. If it's 7th, it's at the top. 3 of hearts, that was not our card. Or was it our card? Was it our card? 3 of hearts? Hey guys, I turn the music up again. I get something to drink. I just need to calm down now a little bit, because now I'm pissed with myself. You know, I'm frustrated. I don't understand it. And I mean, I don't understand it easy. I guess, just to calm me down, there are people reading this book and they have a lot of more trouble, because so far it was easy. It went through like butter, but I don't know what's happening right now. I'm just breaking here. And I feel like that for what I know about the art form, I'm spending too much time to get behind this. Why? What is it that I don't understand? And then it's, you know, it's like a bone. Anyways, the thing here about it is that you take the key card. You have to find a very clever way to take a peek at the card. Again, everything happens in the hands of the spectator. Thus I understood so far with this trick. And then you play this whole thing with the 12th card to get the position of the card. Although the key card is separated from the card, you are able to find the position, which is remarkable. Although with the problems I have understanding this here right now, also the presentation of the whole thing, of the effect, isn't really clear to me, right? And at this point, and this is a really good, it's a really negative example of how it works studying the art. At this point, I can absolutely imagine how this should be in any way entertaining to people, you know. So you easily lose faith in magic, and usually what I would do at this point, basically I would leave it be, and walk away and just try to clear my head, just to get a little distance from it, you know. But maybe, who knows, next time I get to it, it will be like, what didn't I get, you know. This happens sometimes. I don't know. You can maybe, if you're still because if you're still in this, if you now understand, maybe you know now how it feels like being a teacher. If you now understand what the fuck's wrong with me, you know, if you have an idea what I don't understand, please be so kind and write this in the comments and say, "Oh, Marius, it's easy. You're thinking wrong. It's just not. It's just very easy. It's like this, and this, and you got just confused in the middle there somewhere." Okay, help me out. I'll be back in a minute. I just gotta fix myself another drink. Otherwise, I'm dehydrating here. Right, I'm back, guys. Okay, I follow your lead, Honey Badger Strength and Conditioning. I follow your lead. The deck is handed to the spectator and shuffled. They then cut the deck in 3 roughly equal packs. Done. Done. What's next? This is YouTube at its best, you know? They pick one pack, fan it out and mentally select a card. After that they shuffle the cards. Now deal down the cards face up. So we do that. We select a card mentally. We say the 4 of hearts. And let's position the 4 of hearts at the 7th position, because that's when that's when they say it ends up at the top of the pack, okay? So 1, 2, no, let's take the ace of spades. That's easier to remember. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7th position. So the pick one pack, fan out, mentally select a card. After that they shuffle the cards. Now they deal down the cards face up. They deal them down. We got the key card 3 of hearts, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, our target card, and the rest on top, right? This is the only part. You briefly face them and you get a peek of the top card of the peak. This is where you say that thing about the card being the 12 from the top, by the way. Yes, yes, yes. I'm with you. I'm absolutely 100% with you. For now, that's what I get it. And now, here comes the bringing those two together, shuffling those two, and putting this one in between, right? When everything face down, right? Good, let's do it. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Cut the cards. Place those cards, and now it doesn't matter which pack goes on top, right? So, but I just do it like this. Bum, bum. Okay. Now I'm supposed to find my key card, the 3 of hearts, and then I go 1, 3 of hearts, the key card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And I cut at this position, which brings the target card to the bottom of the deck. Is that what's written in the book? So they're referring here, I don't know what's confusing me. They're referring here to the top of the deck with the face-up deck. Is that what it is? Because they say in the book, if he states that this position was 6th, then the required card is now at the bottom of the deck, if 7th at the top. So, at the top, face-up. That now makes sense. That this now worked. Okay, let's replace the situation. Let's do it again. We had this all in the middle. We have our key card. Doesn't matter, any cards. Like I was here, I had it like this. I had the key card in there. We had one, two, three, 4, 5, and the 6th card was then the selection. That was how it was. Yeah, I count upwards. I count upwards. I got the key card 3 of hearts, and I count 4 cards or 5. Okay, the key card is the 6th card from the. Now I seem to getting it. Ah. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my key card is not a 6 card from the bottom of the deck. Okay, I cut it here, but okay. Count 6, including the key card. Ah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, including the key card. Now it's on top. Nice. 7 on bottom. I got it. Okay. Okay. Hey. Hey, guys. I got it. I got it after 1 hour of intense studying this trick with clear instructions. I didn't get it. Without you, this was my breaking point. Without you, I would have dropped out forever. I said, shit, fuck that shit. Thank you so much. Anyway, but the problem continue, because now it comes. So, Eureka! Woo! Your patience is incredible. But here's the thing. Here's the problem I got now. But I don't understand now. If it's say the position is 6, then the required card is now at the bottom of the deck. If 7 at the top. In such instance, you bring the trick to a surprising finish at once by showing either the top or bottom card. Ba-ba! In the position was, if the position was from the 1st to 5th, take the pack in position for the glide and remove cards from the bottom. When you come to the spectator's card, glide it back and continue to deal cards until the spectator calls stop. Remove his card and place it face downwards on the table. Have him name the card he thought of, then slowly turn the card face upwards. Okay, so then we do basically What do we do then? When you come to the spectators, glide it back. Okay, if the position was from the first to fifth, take the position for the glide and remove cards from the bottom. When you come to the spectator's card, right. So I count then the number minus 1 to 5, minus 1 to 5. One to 5, and use the glide to get to the card. That's one thing. If, however, the position was higher than 7, spread the cards and run your finger over them, hesitating now and then, and finally stopping at the right card. Merely producing a card that was thought of makes us okay. Good. And if I don't do this, I spread the cards out and then I just find them because I can count. I understand. So I'm ending here with 3 possible revelations or presentations of the fact it is at the bottom or at the top, where it will produce with the glide. At any point when the spectator screams stop, or the magician finds it by feeling the pulse of the spectator or whatever. Am I right? Narisma said this trick sucks. First of all, not getting it for me was a frustrating experience. So, and probably for you guys too. Thank you for suffering through this with me. So the judgment that this trick sucks is very easy. It's an easy call, you know. I would just write agree. Yeah, fuck that shit. But on the other hand, Hugat and Brouet say, guys, if tricks don't work for you, just don't rush in fully blaming the trick, because these are all kind of time-proven feats. And we are not talking here about fooling everybody at the Magic Castle, right? We're talking about just playing it smoothly and performing with simple means for an audience. So now what I would do now, I would go away from this. I would take another look. I would walk through this once again, maybe step once again away from it, and I would try to imagine how this would work, how a spectator would experience this, which I can't imagine right now because still the frustration level is super high, right? But I would still do it like this because first of all, I really want to get now the routine into my head to really understand it, to be able to get into the spectator's point of view, to experience the trick from their side, because if I do so, this time will not be wasted because I trained my imagination and I pushed my frustration rate, ratio. And now I'm really scared to get to do the next trick. I don't think I would want to go this. I'm really exhausted now. I don't do this now. I'm done with the tricks here for the night. But it doesn't mean that this live stream ends, because 2 hours, 2 minutes we are in, and we will talk about the key card basically at another point in time once again, and then there's no worries about getting back to the other tricks here. What do you say about that route? It was also proven that Earth is flat. Proven at one point in time does not stand forever. Well, I'm not so sure about that. Because proven is proven. Am I right? And I'm not sure if it ever was proven that the world was that the Earth is flat. It was never really proven. That was definitely claimed. But it's a very that would lead into a very very complex discussion about what is a proven, what we would call a proven case. You know, what's fact and not fact. You know, not to misconcept with what is true or lied. You know, it's a different category, I believe. Say so. So. Guys, it is also as hot in your places as it's hot here in Berlin right now. This is actually a pretty chill day. Trying to make a normal conversation, a little bit of small talk after this brain fuck. And I don't know how you see me right now because I have had some issues with the camera settings, and I'm having this Donald Trump tone color. It's orange. I'm looking orange here, at least on my monitor. I hope the broadcast is not as orange as I see it on my monitor. I need to cool the waters here. I need to calm down a little bit by practicing a little bit of getting back into my comfort zone, you know. And this is a little bit sleight of hand. And this is a question, begs the question, you know. Can it be that, except for some very special tricks that are really basically really awesome, like do as I do, where the key card is brilliantly embedded and makes perfectly sense, in contrast to this little sucker here, that the key card is kind of a let's say Umweg, a detour. It's kind of a detour, and that the effect now that the effect, this trick now had a revelation of a selection, could have been done much easier, much easier, with basically performing the same effect. Am I right when I think about it? Okay, also not from the physiognomically. I'm not looking, dude, man. I just from the color, you know, just orange. I just want to say I'm not looking orange, hopefully. You know, there are these poor fucks, these poor people, and every society has them. They just happen to look like the random asshole that got elected and that fucks the country up. And you're the guy, you know, and it's like, dude, man, I look like this guy. And if that was Elvis Presley or someone like Elvis Presley, I now could make an easy buck by becoming a double. But now I have to, I don't know, wear a Zorro costume every day I leave the house. But I just learned from YouTube experts that making political commentary at a place where it's not, where it doesn't belong, is counterproductive to views on YouTube. Well, that's true for all showbiz, you know. Keep politics and everything else out of it. But it seems that these days it is really hard to do because a lot of crazy shit is going on, you know. And also there is this kind of social media sucking one into this drama, into this, I don't know, need of, you know, shouting your opinion into the void. This is what I think about this topic. And everybody else with another opinion sucks. It's really tempting, actually, to just like do it like I don't know, broadcast or something, because it feels good to be heard, you know, or just to believe to be heard. No, but don't worry, guys. I'm focused here on card magic. You know, that's what I do. But yeah, I just feel like that wasn't such a good experience also for you guys. I should basically prepare myself better, right? Yeah, man. Dude, seriously, that's awesome. That's a really great. This is a really great idea, man. You give it to me? You give this to me? Or do you want to do it yourself, man? You can make a lot of money with that shit. I'm telling you, this is a really amazing idea. Or did somebody else do it already? Maybe. I just watched the new the zombie film by Jim Jarmusch, The Dead Don't Die, yesterday in a cinema in Berlin, and Stephen Buscemi plays a I don't know, racist farmer who wears a red cap that says "Make America White Again." To the little amusement of some folks in the audience. Jeez, where are we? So, are you okay with not getting deeper into any tricks? By the way, let me tease before the show loses all its competence. next session, next week, we're taking a look at the palming. I never talked about palming on my channel, and I got some. I want to share my take on the palm with you guys, and I think this is going to be also very very nice. And there's also a lot of tricks here now. I will be prepared, more prepared, so I will choose 2 or 3 tricks that I like, and maybe one as a negative example. Oh, thank you so much, Naira Smith. Thank you so much, Naira Smith. Let's see. I don't know if it's I believe in there is this option on YouTube to do merch on YouTube, but you need to have 10K subscribers at least, and as it looks like we're not gonna make it this year, guys. The algorithm is just, it's really crazy. We talked about this. Anyways, so I would love to have this in the shop, or do a merch shop then on YouTube. So I have to figure out another way to do this. But that's a great idea. Let's give it a try. Let's see if I can work this out. By the way, talking about this, I've got for the first time now Amazon affiliated links here, of course, in this context for Road to Card Magic. Trying to monetize around my channel now very slowly. Not a big deal. Everything stays in context. Everything stays put. But of course, thinking about doing some merch, like my logo on a T-shirt or on a cap, or maybe would you guys be interested in something like this, or is this something where you say, yeah, keep it for later when your channel goes mainstream and we take our cozy community, like the hardcore nerds who are with us now, to a more cozy place? Or would you say that, dude, man, I need a shirt with the logo? Guys, I really want to say thank you to your support and to your engagement, because from all the choices you can make out there, you know, there's so many stuff YouTube throws at you, and also there are so many other really amazing magic channels. So you guys sticking with me here, I really appreciate your time. I'm really honored. Thank you so much, honestly. So, now my hands are all sweaty. My brain is melted. Perfect conditions for a little bit of practice. Getting these things to a point where when you get it done, when you shuffle them and you get it, where you know this is ready for performance. Worst conditions, you know, I'm tired, I'm frustrated because I didn't learn the trick, and okay, I'm getting angry about myself. Do you know this feeling when you don't get it and you don't? It's hard to let go, you know. But still, the mechanics here, they are subconscious. They're going. That's encouraging. I mean, so I can go out and give it a try without panicking that I'm gonna bust my ass. You know what I'm talking about. By the way, I made my mind. We're going to do the same thing with an expert at the card table, but maybe I'm not. Maybe because the challenge was here to really follow the didactic concept of Hugat and Broe with Erdnase. That's not so much the case. So I guess we jump here into Erdnase once in a while. What do you say? And what would you be interested in? Because I tried to make this complementary. So because there is also, of course, a system of palming, an Erdnase system of palming. So when we talked about palming, the railroad card magic, then maybe we can look at the palming technique of Erdnase and stuff, and also the blind shuffles, retaining entire order, probably a beautiful. And then the cutting, and then Erdnase has a system of stock shuffling. All these are really delicate, very sophisticated methods. I would really love to dig really into this. What do you think? Is this a great idea also? Yes, that is really good. So the push off and color change, right? There we go. Where we are. Whoa, nice. say here a borderless deck. Always risky for those things, but yeah, of course. I would also, Nyrosmith, when I do this, I will do an introduction to Earthness before really getting started and really jumping into this. I will get I will put a link, of course, in the info box. And maybe if you use the link in the info box of this video, both links are possible from Dover publishing house, or affiliated link over Amazon. From the links from Earthnace, from A Railroad to Card Magic, you will probably get Earthnace suggested automatically, because it's also a Dover publication, right? Because Dover has specialized, of course, into keeping all this public domain candy from all sparts and niches, a lot of science and art available for a very decent price. And I like the Dover publications very much. Probably they're the best. All right. So now it says I don't get any kind of palm into my head. Palming coins is very easy to me. You don't need to get the palm in your head. In your hand, man. It's your hand. Any one of you does this one? Any one of you does this one? So disgusting. Like, it's it's a nice variation for card to mouth, you know, at the point where you say to the spectators, put the card in here, right? Put it in yourself, and then put it in yourself, and he's like, yeah. Now it comes jumping to the top. Oh no, where's the selection? And when they look up and you have it there in your face, they it's like this level of idiocracy where people like totally freak out. They really start laughing, or they're like this, like, oh man, that's so stupid. Yeah. So even Redner writes, you're number one of magic. I love your tricks so much. How do you do it all? It's so magical. Thank you so much for the flowers. And welcome to the show. This here is all about practicing magic together and studying the art. And this is how it's done, you know. It is a lot of practice. I tuck the cards behind my ear for card to mouth. Card to mouth. Behind the ear, yeah. Should I be reading magic books or just following dank memes? Read a book, shock your parents. I've used to be a meme junkie so badly, really a meme junkie, but I'm you know, I'm better now. I'm better now. And I don't know what's happening, guys. Are you still on Facebook? Say Facebook is broken, isn't it? There's shit, man. Whenever I go there, it's like, oh, what the fuck. And my Twitter is kind of okay, still. And Instagram, I have no idea about Instagram. I've never tried this. It's like just too much, you know. Because I got some other hobbies, you know. I'm a gardener and I have a fish and music in my life. I have family and friends, you know. I'm running a business with my girlfriend. I also have a daytime job. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and so also growing this YouTube channel, growing this community. Studying the art of magic. Oh, there's a lot of things going on. So then at a certain point, it's like I don't really care so much about other people's opinions about random topics anymore. And I have the feeling that Mark, that the suck, completed all the eliminated all the dank meme sites. You know, I don't know. And there has been a dank. All the meme lords have been executed, haven't they? Or am I wrong? What is your impression of the thing? For the longest time, I've been working. Even Ratner asked, what's your daytime job? As a nursing assistant, you would say in English, probably. In a very specific field. I'm aiding people with disability. I'm a personal assistant of a wheelchair driver who totally rocks the house. And this job paid the bills for the longest time. When I was a student of the liberal arts and an artist as a writer, I was performing a writer, kind of an, how you say, poetry slammer kind of, or musician. And I'm telling you, as you say, you should be just teaching the magic with us to the world. We need to be more magic. How do I get my fingers to be more magic for my tricks? You practice. Even Ratner, you practice. You practice. Honey Badger Strange, this is a relatively new tutorial, right? But Daniel, I haven't watched it yet. Is it a complete? Is it a blind shuffle? Is it a blind shuffle? Does it keep the whole deck intact? Because that is on my list right now. I'm looking for. I'm in need. I'm getting in need for a variety of blind shuffles that retained a whole deck order. So that would be great. And it's much more great. It's even greater if Daniel teaches this stuff on for free on YouTube. As a matter of fact, the other day I've learned an amazing trick by Jay Sankey. Wow, that was impressive. And Jay is such a great teacher, amazing. That's really awesome. YouTube at its best. Yeah, it sounds great. So looking forward to get into this. Although quite frankly speaking, I have so much material on my table, man. I'm really getting time management issues, you know. Because, and probably you also have heard me saying this before, you better keep the selection of things you learn not too much, don't do too much, and really master the techniques instead of starting to learn several different techniques at the same time and adding more and more to your repertoire without getting at least a couple of things to a really decent level, you know. Yes, he did. I agree. I really agree. So what I really like about these tutorials that they're really in depth, they're really long. They also cover the performance aspect. Yeah, that's really amazing. I hope he gets the I hope he gets the views he deserves. Because he should be alright, because his thumbnails are very attractive. I think I like his thumbnails very much. I definitely got to work on my thumbnails. My click-through ratio is it sucks big time. Almost done with the up to the ladder. And now for something, you guys should get a feeling now for how much time it takes, because if you follow all the live streams I did so far on my channel, more than 20, kind of weekly or 2 weeks. Now this is the 6th stream in this series, you know. And you see me practicing, and you see me evolve and get better with the practice, with the time. But you can get a realistic view on 2 hours, 3 hours a week. Well, it takes months, you know, to progress. Hey, OTHMARIUS, how's it going? Iwi, love your thumbnails, by the way. Thank you so much, Iwi. Welcome to the show. We're doing this again. We're doing this again for for 2.5 hours. Today's topic was keycard principle on the basis of the Royal Road to Card Magic, because that's what we're doing here, the walkthrough, right? You find all the live streams in the info cards, and you can watch them anytime. And if you want to order yourselves a copy of the Royal Road to Card Magic, I put links down in the info box, okay? Both ways, buy straight from the publishing house, Dover, or use the affiliated links and hit it on Amazon. And this one is relatively new. I've learned this from OTHMARIUS, and OTHMARIUS Nemantica. Or was it called? And here's the burner, guys. Here's the burner. Look what I got. I got a copy from this sucker. I got a copy from this sucker. Oh, it was so good when I finally got it. Oh, I searched so long and I was lucky. Some magician just sold his collection on eBay, and I was there right in time with my precious. Who got it? Yeah, isn't this sick, man? Isn't this sick? I just gotta show this. Okay, look at this. This is royalty-free beats. It's called royalty-free beats, man. Because Flying V writes, the music is perfect for practicing card magic. Yes, man. Now I have two sources, the royalty-free planet and these guys, royalty-free beats. Which is absolutely crazy. So good. And they are not yet verified Brave users. And I'm going to write them a comment and I say, guys, you gotta get royalty, you gotta get Brave members, verified Brave members, because I want to pay you money for your awesome music just by listening to you guys. It's unbelievable how great this is. How great this is. Like, and I want to be part of. I want to be part of this alternative, truly alternative movement that keeps the revolution going onward, the media revolution. Because now the internet is overtaken by corporate interest. You guys, I mean, you know what's happening on YouTube. You know how they treat their content creators. By the way, just yesterday, I believe, Daryl Eves got a total rant on Twitter, like a Twitter rant that he was really pissed about how he was treated by YouTube, that the way they would communicate with them, they would send them a generic response after he was trying to contact them. And this guy is like really, he's involved in many YouTube channels, and he's causing a good cash flow on the platform. And if this guy, he's always having this positive attitude, he's one of these YouTube experts, you know, they stay out of negativity because it's really destructive for them guys, and they stay out of political comments and stuff, and that they don't, you know, they would never dare to say anything that's not professional. and he goes full blast rant on Twitter. So corporate interest and now the mainstream media, they're trying to get the foot into platforms like YouTube. Facebook now starts their own cryptocurrency, what's called Libra or something. So this shit gets more and more more and more real, you know, that the first idea of the internet gets raided, and it becomes the same old, you know. But alternatives popping up like the Brave Project, and also kind of something that could be a really alternative to YouTube. And what I'm mean with alternative is this needs to be open source, and this needs to be centralized, and these things need to run on truly decentralized blockchain crypto tokens. And if these three things are given, and there's an alternative for YouTube that makes it where a lot of content creators just go there to use it as an alternative, it will not take YouTube out, or it will not take Facebook out, because, you know, mainstream is mainstream, and the people, they will always, you know, follow the easiest path. They always will sell their soul and sell their data, and you know, don't give a fuck if they put children into internation or concentration camps. Just to make a little reference to actual US madness. But hey guys, I mean, right now in Germany we don't have camps like that. And I think from history, Russia would be completely legitimized to directly nuke the fucking place. Hey, honestly, man, honestly. Because we got in Germany a full-blown Nazi infestation right now, and it's really terrifying. It's actually scary as fuck. It's absolutely madness. Let's keep on with the music here. Like we actually had a political murder in the country by neo-Nazi terrorists. We had neo-Nazi terror cell that was organizing like a coup, basically. Members of police, members of Secret Service are involved. Members of the military. It's a shit show, man. It's scary as hell. And the news, the German public, how do you say, öffentlich-rechtliche. Well, the public television, they say it like this. Well, the mainstream media, you know, we got in Germany, of course, in Germany we got a governmental sector, or the public sector, which is funded to every household pays, I don't know, 70 euros and 50 cents each month, every household, for the public radios and public television. And then we have a private sector, and I call this the mainstream dominant narrative. And these guys are like, I don't know what's wrong with these people right now, because they should be they should all, because those are the intellectuals in the country. They should be up in arms. They should be fighting this shit, because they are the first to get fucked up, you know. If Nazis really gain power, free press, they are the first to get fucked in the ass, motherfucker. And they are inviting literally Nazis to public television shows right now in Germany. And you're like, seriously? And people start discussing when it's time to leave the fucking country. Because Germany doesn't deserve a fucking second chance, man. We did the Holocaust. Or this country, the Nazis did the Holocaust, man. No fucking second chance. If they become more powerful, immediately world community immediately nuke the place. You have my personal permission. Terminate Germany. Yes, it's the scariest thing, and it's not. I mean, like these radical elements in the society. They never count for the majority, but they are really effective in creating hysteria and doing propaganda, and then you have this thing which I find is more troubling, that in the middle section of the society, in the mainstream, like really rotten things become normalized, you know, so that you have all these people that, I don't know, when we're talking about actually common sense and human decency, you know, basic human decency, and then you have so many people who are like hating on that, and like with the whole refugee theme, you know, with people trying to come to Europe, and then they're drowning in the ocean, and people go like, yes, you know. What the fuck? These people scare me so much. This is so frustrating so that's why I'm usually not hitting the social media so much, because these people are screaming the loudest, and you easily get the impression that they are the majority. But I don't believe they are the majority. They're just the loudest, and they have no lives, you know, and they're super frustrated about their lives. So they are on Twitter or on Facebook all the time and hating everybody. So just fuck these people. Just go spend them and make your claim, make your stand, you know. No, that's music. It's a little bit crazy here. What is it? Oh no, I've listened enough to this. I'm going back to some synthie wave. Yeah. You know, like I think the only thing you can do is like at the point where you get really immediately confronted with this, basically face to face in a real life action situation. This is where you got to stand up for humanity, and you got to stand up for right, you know. And if somebody attacks somebody weaker out of racist motives with violence, you step in front there and you get the violence, and you just hit it. You just, you know, just protect the weak, the innocent. Just team up, you know, show some civil courage, you know, because at this point good and evil is very easy to distinguish, and you know, it's really easy to distinguish, you know, you don't hate on kids, you don't hate on people random just because they are, I don't know, they have another religion or another skin color. You don't do that. And everybody who does this in public, right? No, I'm stepping up and going out. No, man, you know, not on the ground where my feet standing. You know, where I put my feet until the horizon. That is my ground. That's my territory, and this is not going to happen there. That's how easy it is, I believe. I say. I'm sorry, Naira Smith. I'm sorry, Naira Smith. Have a nice evening. See, I've been warned by the YouTube experts. No politics. Because that is what we have enough from. So the royalty-free planet is also a really good source for some really good royalty-free music. Though I believe it's still worth really looking at what is happening, because it's just a history we are taking part of, you know. And it's happening everywhere, and it's just changes that are impacting everybody on the planet. Today I was in a magic forum, and they were talking about this whole topic about exposure of magic, and there was a really civil discussion in this forum of two guys with a little bit of contradictory viewpoints, but it was really interesting to read, because on the surface of the whole discussion, it was just the changes of that came with the internet. And the one person saw the art form in danger because of that, because of all the exposure on YouTube and stuff, and the other person was arguing that this is of course a new situation, but basically this has never been really different, or it has always been a part of what it is. And then the discussion went on, wondering about how much the secret is sacred in magic, or how much it is part of needed to be kept secret. It was a super interesting discussion. It's a magic cafe, or it's called, or something like. It's a really cool forum. And really people who really know what they're talking about, and I like that. Like you guys. Thank you so much for helping me out later. Yes. Honey Badger Strengthening and Conditioning writes a civil discussion about exposure between magicians. You might as well have seen the love child of a unicorn and a Pegasus. That was the funniest comment. Absolutely. That's why I pointed it out. I was surprised myself. But it's fixed now, isn't it? I mean, where is this? Where's the music gone now? Why? Bringing music back to you guys, and then I do a little more practice here. Yeah, this is a nice tune. And Brian, what's it called? Brian Brushwood, Brian Schwood, Brian from Oh my god, my brain is so down. From Scam School. Jesus. He posted something on Twitter which I thought was kind of, you know, whoever argues against. I'm not quoting here. It's just like what I remember. Kind of like whoever argues against transparency of magic today, and is against teaching on magic on YouTube, is featuring structures that encourage pedophilia. Did you guys get this on Twitter? It's like I thought, oh man, this might. I didn't follow it. I just didn't want to really know where this is going. Bold tweet, man. Bold tweet. Sebastian Hensel is in the house. Hey, OTHMARIUS just turned in and still have to bring my daughter to bed. I'll watch it the beginning later. Thanks for your tutorials. You're very welcome. Enjoy bringing your daughter to bed. Nairo Smith did really leave, right? Oh my god. Yeah, but I get it. See? Yeah. Okay. In one of the episodes of Scam School, Bradford talked about the pedophilia problem in the magic industry. Man, I never thought about it. And since I'm basically an autodidact and I'm an outsider, I never considered this a problem, man. Creepy shit. And did you follow? How did this go? How did that go? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I haven't heard that. I guess I've got to watch this episode. Wow, man, that's some wild stuff, dude. And I like, by the way, how the camera occasionally points out where to look at. Oh boy. Yeah, the world is a crazy place. Ah, these were 5 times where it looked okay. Go on, come on, you can do it, Marius. You can do it, Marius. Flying Weed, thank you so much for tuning in. You take care now. Call it a night. That's all right. I'll keep on practicing a little bit here. See you next week, right? By the way, guys, we are in for 3 hours again today. 3 hours. But we're not gonna make it 4 hours full, right? I'm saying it now, and 1 hour later I'm going like, oh man, oh man. And people are jumping in and off right now. I guess it's the time. Just checking out what's going on YouTube. Some are just getting started. I guess it's weird with the different times, you know, with the time zones. And they're tuning in and they're super fresh, and their YouTube station just started, coming from their work or from school, and they're tuning in here, and then they have this completely night shift atmosphere of a dude who's already completely wasted. Right? Am I right? But I was having a great day yesterday. I started the day with it. We went swimming outdoors, beautiful city bath in Berlin, and then we did a lot of crazy things. Fixed some things, organized some stuff. Me and my girlfriend. And then in the night we went to the cinemas. I haven't been to the motion pictures for such a long time. And then we watched this beautiful movie by Jim Jarmusch, The Dead Don't Die, which has beautiful moments, really funny scenes. It's a very lovely movie. My boy Akuma Snow didn't show up all day. Yeah, where's Akuma Snow? What's up? Akuma, we miss you. It's really cool to get something going like this. I never thought that this format would rock so much, you know. And this brought my YouTube experience as a content creator to a whole new level. Like really getting in contact with you guys, you know, really getting to know you a little bit. Because usually when you shoot a video, of course you're addressing kind of your fan base or your subscription base, but still you're kind of, you know, addressing just everybody in general. And here it really kind of feels like meeting up with my magic buddies already, and it's really cool. It's really cool. You guys watching other Magic live streams, by the way? I know Richard Bellis is doing it. Who says Xavier Spades is doing one, and of course Pick Cake. Are there others? Pick Cake really has got a nice channel. Really good tutorials. Funny in his way, in his own way, in his own unique way. I don't know, but maybe there comes a point in my life where I do this full time, where I go full blast on the projects I have planned on Magic, and or I'm working on very slowly in the back room, you know. Then also spending more time also consuming and taking part in other communities, because for now it's just like, man, time is such a precious resource, you know. Late night card magic practice session. At 11 p.m. in Berlin, German summertime, GMT +2. I gotta get up early tomorrow morning. But I forgot why. What was it? What did I have to do? What was it? Oh yeah, man, I gotta do a delivery. I got a delivery job tomorrow morning. Jeez, I'm the driver, man. We're doing a we're doing a drop off, you know? Classical drop off, man. Me and my girl, and I'm the driver. Got my driver. Have to get my driver gloves, you know? Gonna deliver some art tiles to a customer at a hotel. And I totally intend to play this full throttle gangster, you know. Getting to some Bonnie and Clyde vibes with my girl. Practicing them cards. Who needs key cards if you can do this? Yeah, that's how I want to have it look like this. Woohoo! Currently eight folks viewing again. Are you kidding me? I thought it was just me and Honey Badger Shanction and LiVE Smiles. And since Naira Smith left. So, let's try something else. Let's take this one. This one. Make magic great again. Wasn't it Naira Smith who came up with this idea? Let me see this. Was it Naira Smith who came up with this idea? Make magic great again. I believe so. And then we were talking a little bit about politics, and he was like, "Oh, politics! I'm gone. I'm done. I'm out of here." That's funny. Gotta tell him next time. So I took the four Jack of Hearts out of the deck, right? Because I got the 4 Jack of Hearts, 3 Jack of Hearts here, and this one on the table. That equals 4 cards, right? 4 Jack of Hearts, right? And then, with a little bit of waving action, we change the Jack of Hearts into the Jack of Diamonds. Now we take the second Jack of Hearts, and we give it a little bit, and we change it into the Jack of Clubs. Which leaves me with these 2 suckers, right? And let's do the Jack of Hearts to the Jack of Spades, and that's my favorite one because this is a magician's fool. Look at this, guys. Look, just like that. And but it would have been great, wouldn't it? So we got a Jack of Hearts, right? Placing the Jack of Hearts to the table, and I show you a Jack of Hearts, I'm showing you a Jack of Hearts, and I'm showing you a Jack of Hearts, right? So I got the 3 Jack of Hearts plus the 1 on the table. 3 plus 1, kiddos. That is, of course, I missed it. It's 4 cards, isn't it? Yeah, 4 cards. Done. 4 Jack of Hearts. And this Jack of Hearts is just going to turn it 7 to Jack of clubs. That's insane, right? And this Jack of hearts is going to turn it 7 to Jack of spades. Leaves me with these two suckers here, right? It's one and another Jack of hearts, and I'm just working like this. Bang! There goes the Jack of diamonds. Do 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 do. A little bit of practice here of this little package routine, which is comes really handy. Jack of hearts to the table. I got a Jack of hearts. I got a second Jack of hearts, and I got a third Jack of hearts. I got 3 Jack of hearts here, right? And the one on the table, which equals, it's math, 1, 2, 3, 4 Jack of hearts, right? We got 1 Jack of hearts, we got 2 Jack of hearts, we got 3 Jack of hearts, and we got 4 Jack of hearts, right? 4 Jack of hearts, and this one, just like that, turns into the Jack of diamonds. It's just magic, you know. I don't know how else can you explain this? This one just turns like this, bang, from the Jack to the Jack. Now, how did I do that? There was something else. It was like this. Got the Jack of hearts, and then the Jack of hearts turns like this, right? Into the Jack of spades. That's how it is. And I got these two suckers, and of course, they are going to impress me very much. Yeah. And of course, a little bit of shuffling here to finish me off. After so much. Looks legit, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's legit. That's a killer move. Right? Just like that. A little shuffling here. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. And then we select 4 cards out of the deck. 1, 2, 3, and no. Only 3 cards. That's the routine. So I'm selecting out 1, 2, 3, and no, 3 cards only. That is what I need. Okay, 3 cards only. Guys, a 3-card Monty, right? I'm gonna do the 3-card Monty. Just a bit of losing the hands here. And also, I really need to get my pharaohs down. I need to get my pharaohs really down. There's no excuses here anymore. My pharaohs need to be smooth as possible. I see it coming. I'm gonna need it. Yeah, it's true. I mean, that, you know, there are these things, honey. Is that okay if I call you honey? That are like, if you see a magician do that, if you're a magician and if you know a little bit about it, and you see a magician go like this, right? Now, doesn't matter how good the count. What are you gonna be? So that was a decent Amsey count. You know, that's what a magician thinks. If you perform a decent Amsey count, but laymen, they don't know it. And so an Amsey count, that is not a magician fool. If you perform an Amsey count wherever you do it, whenever you do it, you're done. For magicians, you know, and everybody knows it. And also these false cards. If you're talking to card people. Like up to the ladder. It's not you want full magicians with this, but you don't need to. It's not the main objective, is it? Oh, it is, because Penn and Teller fool us. Well, the music is crazy, isn't it? So, I'm done. I'm so done. Okay, we do it like this. From now on, you're Honey. It's also a nice magician's name, you know? Nice nickname. What's your name, Honey? And you say it's because I'm sweet like lemons. And people are like, that it was a stupid dad joke. So, my beloved 3 current viewers, it was a blast of a time. It was a little bit crazy, you know. I still got it in my bones, you know, not getting the streak down, and everybody was sitting in front of me. What's happening now? I thought this guy knew what he was talking about, and now is this shit like this? What are we? Is this elderly people entertainment? But I take this just take this as a negative example of how difficult it can be sometimes, and how challenging, and how valuable it is to learn magic from books, actually. Because by reading and trying to imagine, you know, what is going on, you are training your imagination, and this is something we need all the time in magic, our imagination. And if it's good for not losing the sensation of magic, you know, to keep the magic alive at the moment where the magic happens from a spectator's point of view, you know, because that is the key. You need to know when it happens to them, and you need to remember how it feels, you know, even if you're completely disillusioned by now. Or one more time. So guys, this is the obligatory 30 seconds delay talk. It's time for you to say goodbye, because I'm about to tune out, and turn all my machines down and go to bed, because it has been a long day again. I hope you enjoyed today. You learned something, and you tune in next Tuesday. We're doing this every Tuesday now, live, practicing cards together, walking through the road to card magic, covering the basic fundamental principles of the art form, trying to educate ourselves, and by doing so at the same time, of course, practicing our thing, what I'm calling quality time. Time to say goodbye, guys. I mean, like, I just want to give you a chance to say it. Bis nächste Woche. Sagt Hagi, du sprichst Deutsch auch, ne, oder? Bis nächste Woche. It's weird. All people speaking German, I don't know. So who was now? Naira Smith said who's who? Somebody. I got to check this later, because somebody gave me the name to add them, you know, on my channel page. If you want to watch other live streams, you find the links in the info cards. Two more people that just tuned in. You know, I got all the live streams on playlists. Also, you find a lot of material on magic on my channel page. Leave smiles. Awesome, you've been with us all the time. You're great. Thank you so much, and once again, for your support. My name is OTHMARIUS, and this is just what I do. You be sure now, more magical stuff is going to be uploaded very, very soon. Have a blast of a week. OTHMARIUS Magic.